Good morning, everyone. This is kind of a follow-up presentation. I did a similar presentation on the New River fishery in Virginia a few days ago, and I noticed during that analysis of the data that the muskie population had increased over the years 2000 to 2017, and the smallmouth bass population had decreased. And I sort of concluded that it was due to the muskie eating the prey fish that the smallmouth bass feed on. I'm not sure that the muskies are feeding on the smallmouth bass, although I'm sure that they do eat some of the smaller ones. But they're feeding on prey fish. I know I used to be able to fish in New River, and I could catch 15 or 20 to 30 rock bass within a matter of a few hours. And now, if I go fishing, I'm lucky to catch 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So the muskies and the other fish species are definitely doing a job on the rock bass in the river, and probably the crappie and other small fishes also. But anyway, I'm doing this presentation here on the James River fishery. And the reason why I did this analysis is because the James River and New River are somewhat similar, and they both have smallmouth bass and they both have muskie in them. So I figured I would do this presentation and kind of compare the two and see if what's happening in New River regarding the muskie increase and the smallmouth bass decrease is actually taking place also in the James River. And I found out some interesting things as we go through this. Well, the James River is much a bigger fishery than New River. James River has 14,562 trophy fish citations for the year 2000 to 2017. We go on down through the data here and take a look at New River fish citations. We'll see that there's 3,946. It's almost, if we take a look, 3,946 compared to 14,000, that's almost 4 times as many for the James River as for the New River. But as you can see, the New River there, they have muskie, and they also have smallmouth bass. And you can see how the muskie numbers increase there during the later years here, and the smallmouth bass numbers decrease here in the later years. If you go up to the James River, you see that the muskie, if you take a look, their numbers increase here in the later years, and the smallmouth bass numbers definitely increase or decrease in the later years also. So I took and compiled all this data, put it into a spreadsheet, and I did out some graphs on it. So let me go ahead and go through those now. I'll go up to the top here. First of all, I want to talk about the James River catfish, trophy catfish citations. There were no blue catfish citations in the year 2000. I reckon the Virginia Game Department of Inland Fisheries just did not record those. But anyway, you can take a look at the ones there that have been recorded 2001 to 2017. There's been a significant decrease in the number of trophy fish citations for the James River. I'm not sure why that is, because blue catfish are really not predatory type fish. They eat a lot of dead fish, and they do a lot of scavenging. They probably could eat or do eat wounded fish. but they're not known for being a predatory type fish. Blue catfish and channel catfish mainly are scavengers, and they really don't attack and eat other fishes. Now, flathead catfish, on the other hand, that's a different story. Flathead catfish, practically all they eat is other fishes, live fishes. So you can see the blue catfish population there in the James River, or the citations. The number of citations definitely went down. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's people keeping the big blue catfish and you don't get as many citations. I'm really not sure why that is. But if we go on down through the data, here's a little bit about the flathead catfish and the channel catfish and the blue catfish. In New River, mainly you have channel catfish. There's been a couple blue catfish caught in New River, but in the James River, you mainly have the blue catfish. In both rivers, you have flathead catfish. I've caught some big flathead catfish in New River. I've caught a lot of channel catfish in New River. Here's the James River charted information for smallmouth bass, muskie, and largemouth bass. You can see that the smallmouth bass are in blue, and you can see that the number of citations has definitely decreased over the years. I'm not sure what happened in the years for 2000, and it would be 2003, 2004, 2005, we have this dip here. I'm not sure. It could have been super heavy water or drought or some reason why the fishermen couldn't get on the river. But you can definitely see this decline here that's taken place of the smallmouth bass. Smallmouth bass, once again, is in blue. The muskies, you can see that they have increased here a little bit. I've got some other charted data that blows this up a little bit that we'll take a look at. Take a look at the largemouth, smallmouth and largemouth bass. Smallmouth bass being in the blue. Largemouth bass, there's not a whole lot of data, not a whole lot of citations for those guys, but you can definitely see that the smallmouth bass population in the James River has kind of gone down over the years, whereas the muskie population has gone up based on the trophy fish citations. Take a look at the smallmouth bass, just kind of chart them out. You really don't see a lot of difference there that's taken place over those years. And I'm not sure why the smallmouth bass population decreased and muskie increased. The only thing I can think is that the same thing's happening in the James River that's happening in New River. So we've already saw that James River trophy fish citations. Once again, the James River is very, very famous for its a blue catfish, which you can see right on the bottom there. They get quite a number of those. Also got quite a number of flathead catfish and gar. New River really doesn't have any gar in it. There might be a few, but I've never known any to be in there. Muskie, you can take a look at the muskie there, and you can see that their numbers have been increasing. And of course, the smallmouth bass, from early on, you can see that the smallmouth bass numbers have decreased. That is the trophy fish citations. The other data is kind of sparse, not many data points. So I didn't plot any of that other data. Once again, that's New River. We looked at that before. There, once again, I had that in my other thing. This is a Virginia state record muskie. Currently, the state of Virginia requires you to release all muskie that's over 45 inches, over 40 inches. Now, a muskie of over 40 inches, you're getting up to a big fish there, 30 pounds plus. So Definitely 20, 25 pound plus fish when you get like 40-inch fish. So you've got some really, really big predators in New River and the James River in these musky fish. Now, flathead catfish are also predators, and of course, smallmouth bass and largemouth bass are predators too. They eat smaller fishes. Big fish eat the smaller fish. That's kind of the way it goes. Once again, that's the video on this. And this is Southwest Virginia Outdoors, bringing you another video on fishing James River and also New River in Southwest Virginia. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. I'll be putting more of these videos on as we go along. I do a lot of hiking, some fishing, various outdoor activities, gardening, and Appalachian Trail work, and do a lot of outdoor things. So I'll be putting more videos on here as long as you people are looking at the videos and liking the videos and subscribing. I'll keep putting videos on. So please subscribe, and the more people subscribe, the more videos I'll be putting on. Thanks a lot, and you folks have a nice day.